Hey, it's Rich back with you for another video. Today we're showing you a 2008 Cessna Turbo 182 G1000. It's an 08, so it has the GFC 700 autopilot in it. We'll tell you more about the airplane. Kind of lousy weather this morning as far as Southern California goes, so it'll be an IFR flight out to Chino. We're going to go to Flo's, have some breakfast, tell you about the airplane and Flo's.
Good morning, clearance, Skylane 7610 Delta, information uniform at OCR Aviation, requesting a tower en route to Chino. We're 182/Golf.
November 1 Sierra Delta, clear to the Chino Airport, 5 runway heading, leaving 800 feet, turn left heading 200. Radar vector Seal Beach, Victor 8, Paradise. Maintain 3000, expect 5000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 125.35, squawk 4734.
Skyline 761 Sierra Delta Long Beach, tower, runway 26 left, taxi via Foxtrot, body run up, please.
26 left via Foxtrot, we'll call you complete run up, Sierra Delta.
November 1 Sierra Delta, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
26 left, clear for takeoff, 761 Sierra Delta.
November 1 Sierra Delta, contact SoCal departure to flight.
Thanks, good morning.
Airline 761 Sierra Delta, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 5,000.
Climb and maintain 5,000, 761 Sierra Delta. Any tops reports this morning?
I believe they were around 1,500, and that was 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, we just actually broke out right when you said that, about 1,300 and overcast above.
Airline 1 Sierra Delta, roger, and when able, turn left direct Seal Beach and resume on navigation.
Okay, we'll turn left direct Seal Beach, 761 Sierra Delta. Okay, we're off Long Beach, climbing out of 2,200 for 5,000 now on this IFR flight plan over to Chino. And it's about 400 feet bases to 1,300 feet between a layer now. And that's pretty typical for a marine layer type weather in Southern California. And instrument rating comes in very handy if you're going to be flying in and out of airports like Long Beach. And we're going to Seal Beach and then Victor Airway to Paradise, Chino. And the weather in Chino is better. We can see the visibility is really good in here. And so we have a 2008 Turbo 182. I don't know how many 182s we've shown on the YouTube channel, but it's been quite a few. Probably the number one airplane in terms of number of videos. And they're all, you know, these Turbo 182s are one of my favorite airplanes, just because of all the things that they do really well. Pretty good cruise speed, good utility. This one, well, they all have about 1,000 pounds of useful load, so, you know, got good range and payload combination. U1000 avionics. The 2007 and newer have the WAS GPSs and the GFC 700 autopilot, which is you know, kind of the standard. And you can upgrade these now to the latest version, which is the GFC or the G1000 NXI. And so this one has, I think, about 17, close to 1,800 hours total time. 2008. It's got, I think, basically the standard package of avionics. They came with these when they were new. ADS-B out. storm scope, synthetic vision. Anyway, standby flight, we'll give you details on that. You can see this on our website, by the way. We're asking $495 for the airplane. And it's really, really in excellent condition. I mean, a lot of these are. A lot of people take really good care of these airplanes that own them. So we never really see any that are really what I would consider, you know, beat up. There's our 1,000-foot warning for 5,000 feet. So anyway, really nice 182, great original paint, original interior. Again, 17, almost 1,800 hours total time. I think the prop's been overhauled, the engine has not, which, you know, a lot of people, it's 2,000 hour TBO, so a lot of people will say, you know, it's due for an engine soon. And that's true, but you have time. This engine's running really well. And so you would have time to kind of pre-think doing an engine overhaul on this airplane. And the one thing about these airplanes now, that, you know, when you do overhaul the engine and invest in that, the value of the airplane is really going to go up, in my opinion, almost commensurate with the cost of the overhaul. So it's not necessarily like you got to spend the money to overhaul it and then you lose it in the value of the airplane. And that's more true now than it has been in my career, at least selling airplanes. So, and that's a real positive thing about, you know, buying an airplane like this. And one other thing I didn't mention about the airspace today is we have some presidential TFRs. You can see them on the XM, all these yellow. They start at 11. And so we're going to have breakfast out here at Flo's and try to beat the TFRs coming back, although I think we can come back IFR, but we're going to try to get back before 11 so we don't have to deal with that. So what I've done is I have set this airplane up like I would cruise it, almost 28 inches of manifold pressure, 2,400 RPMs, and I've got the fuel flow back about to this white line, which is going to be let's see what that says. That's about 18 gallons an hour. 1430 is the EGT.
Southwest 1348, coming first 134.35,
on the TIT second lead in. Maybe to 17 gallons an hour. And I'm still in good shape. Cylinders all look nice and cool. Could probably be more aggressive, but that's where I'll leave it. And we've accelerated now. We're indicating 140 knots. That's 151 true airspeed. And if you get in the book in these airplanes, you go to performance.
Southwest 2409,
cruise.
6,500.
We're at 5,000.
Southwest 5409, SoCal approach, you're cleared the ILS 30 approach.
For the ILS
4,000.
Southwest.
And our temperature is 8.
Sailing 1 Sierra Delta, flight heading 030, expect direct Paradise.
Heading 030 and we'll expect Paradise, 761 Sierra Delta. 24, so standard temperature, it's about exactly.
American 2458, SoCal.
2,428 inches.
Friendly 02, SoCal.
86.
Just got the switch friendly 02 level 5.
Percent power.
130.
145 true.
Long Beach Observer 3006, did you want to take in?
17.5 gallons an hour. If we go to 5,000 or 6,000.
Friendly 02, proceed direct tailgate, Julian, restaurant on change.
It shows 150 basically, a little warmer than standard at 6. So basically, if you look at the book published numbers for this airplane, it's pretty much right on the money, maybe even a little conservative. I've flown this airplane many times and achieved 260 or 160 knots true airspeed out of it. So. Okay, and it looks like we're going to be able to see the airport, so we'll end up canceling with you for a visual approach.
Okay, did you want vectors for a visual approach, or do you plan on canceling IFR?
We'll cancel IFR, so once we get a little closer, we'll switch over.
1 Sierra Delta, descend and maintain 3,000.
3,000, roger, 761 Sierra Delta. I'm hungry, so let's make this short and get to Flo's. 761 Sierra Delta has Chino in sight.
1 Sierra Delta, runway 26 right, clear to land, wind 2804.
Clear to land 26 right, 761 Sierra Delta. 26 right is our landing runway. a tight pattern here. Nice and smooth today, that's for sure. A helicopter out there doing something.
McCauley 1 Sierra Delta, stay parking.
Going to flows, 1 Sierra Delta. Really think you can park. I think it's over there. I think you just park anywhere, really. To push it back.
Skyline 1 Sierra Delta on departure flight runway heading, maintain 3000, runway 26 rate, clear for takeoff, traffic outside the wash Cessna.
Okay, runway heading 3000, clear for takeoff, 26 right, 761 Sierra Delta.
It's over the wash Cessna 1300.
Traffic in sight, helicopter 31 X-ray.
Helicopter 31 X-ray number 2, follow the Cessna, there'll be a low approach only, runway 26 right.
31 X-ray.
Warrior 46 Echo base inside the wash, traffic left base outside the wash for the parallel runways of helicopter 1100 indicated, number 1, runway 26 left, clear for the option.
Let's clear for the option number 1, and we'll keep it inside the wash for that helicopter traffic.
Okay.
Skyline 1 Sierra Delta, contact SoCal departure.
Switching to SoCal 761 Sierra Delta. SoCal Skylane 761 Sierra Delta is out of 1200 for 3000, heading 260.
761 Sierra Delta, SoCal departure ident, climb and maintain 4000, Ontario altimeter 3008.
Okay, let's see, where am I at? I'm gonna do Dowd to Pull-Up. This is old school stuff here. Dowd to Pull-Up, so NU, activate leg. Dowd to Pull-Up, enter. There it is.
134.0, 1936, good day. Good day.
SoCal 761 Sierra Delta 3400, climbing for 4000, heading 260 to join Victor 394.
Skyline 761 Sierra Delta, SoCal approach, confirm you have ETA Yankee, expect the ILS runway 30 approach.
Yeah, we're picking up Yankee right now, we'll expect the ILS 301 Sierra Delta.
NOTAM to effect. Multiple areas of prohibited airspace.
Skyline 1 Sierra Delta, turn left heading 190.
190, 1 Sierra Delta.
Hazardous weather information in effect.
Okay. So now we've got our flight plan squared away.
SoCal is 5351.
We got a problem here. He said Seal Beach, and then it turns around and goes back.
Skyline 5351, SoCal approach, expect that.
Yeah, we have Aheim in here twice. That's a screw up. I entered this thinking I was going to load the Victor Airway off of that. That's why this map's messed up. So I'm going to delete Aheim, clear, delete, yes. Okay, now I fixed it. You see, that looks better. Even though we're on a heading.
November 761 Sierra Delta, SoCal approach, altimeter 3007.
3007, we're on assigned heading of 190.
Roger, fly heading 200.
200, 1 Sierra Delta. And I presume we're at vectors to final, but... Alright, so let's get the approach plate. Long Beach, procedure, approach, ILS 30. There it is. There we are, coming in for a radar vector. There's a good picture of the
1.3.
rain
1.3, 3008.
in Southern California area today.
November 1 Sierra Delta, descend to maintain 2000.
Descend to maintain 2000, 1 Sierra Delta. So on this approach, I know this ILS really well because I've flown it many times. I have the plate up. But one of the things that I see when I train people a lot is, now this is a vectored approach, so it's not that big of a deal, but is how you're going to get to the final approach fix altitude to intercept a glide slope or a glide path on a precision approach. And a lot of people are thinking lateral.
Southwest 2366.
And the controllers do a really good job, especially at Long Beach. There's no terrain.
10,000, Tango.
At Orange County, there is terrain, and a lot of times they'll bring you in high.
An aircraft calling approach.
Not because they're not good controllers, because they have to for terrain. And if you're not anticipating that, you can get behind.
Calling approach, contact your last sign,
Be above a glide slope or a glide path, close to the final approach fix, and get into a condition where you're not stable at the final approach fix, which can cause problems. Technically, if you're not stable at the final approach fix, you should go around, which adds more complexity to an approach. So I've been trying to convince people to really think about the vertical. How are you going to get to the final approach fix altitude? And like right now, I'm 400 feet above 1600, which is the final approach fix altitude. So I'm pretty comfortable. And I'm in a sky lane. I'm not doing, 200 knots right now in a jet. So I'm pretty comfortable that I'm going to be able to get down and get the glide slope. So that adds to my confidence that this is going to be a stable approach. And I'm like, let's go ahead and activate vectors to final now. Okay. So I'm 7 miles from the final approach fix. And now I've activated and I have some reference here to the glide slope, although it's not fully receiving it yet. But so the planning part of that is pretty critical. And as we get into GPS approaches and precision GPS approaches, and we've been getting cleared for an approach, maybe a ways out with 2 or even 3 altitudes you got to hit to get down to the final approach fix, and really having a good understanding of that, I think, is critical in being stable and configured at the final approach fix. That's my tip for the day.
Number 1 Sierra Delta, you're 5 miles to final, turn right in 270. Maintain 2 till established, cleared approach 30.
270 to join, 2000 till established, cleared for the ILS 30761 Sierra Delta.
And 1 Sierra Delta, contact Long Beach Tower 1941 to establish.
Okay, when we're established, we'll switch to the tower, 761 Sierra Delta. Okay, we're cleared for the approach, so that causes me to hit the approach button and confirm I have the approach armed. And then he's going to join me out here, and I'm way below the glide slope, so we're in good shape. I'm going to start coming back to my power settings. Here comes the localizer. Localizer coming in, the airplane's turning to join. Now this guy who owns this plane, he has these pathways set up. So here's the gate. And I'm going to fly this approach, let's say 20 inches. Get some wind blowing from the southwest. I kick this over a little bit. Here comes the glide slope. And we're established, so I'm going to call the tower now. Long Beach Tower, 761 Sierra Delta, ILS 30, full stop.
Number 761 Sierra Delta, Long Beach Tower, runway 30, clear to land. When able, say basis.
Clear to land 30, and we will call the bases, 761 Sierra Delta. All right, final approach fix, glide slope intercept, speed checks. I'm gonna put flaps out. And I'm gonna come back even a little bit more. Let's come back to 15 inches. So the bottom of the green arc is 15 inches. I got flaps 10. And I'm doing 120, maybe about 120 knots, which might be a little fast. I don't know. For me, it's reasonable. I'm going to expect that we're going to break out at 700 feet. The minimums are 260. I'm going to dial the final approach, or the missed approach altitude in there. All right, there's the runway. So now I got it in sight, so come back on some power and slow down. Mixture's rich. Go flaps. 20. There's minimums. Autopilot's coming off.
Minimums, minimums.
Speeds in check. Maybe I'd fly that a little slower to a low ceiling like this. But not bad. I'm at 80. I'm going to make the first turn off here pretty easily. I can make this landing nice. Not bad. Got a tailwind.
Okay, so we ate at Flo's, and I've been to Flo's. I was telling Matteo, I've probably been to Flo's in my 23 years in Southern California, probably close to 100 times.
Those are big numbers. I've been once before.
Yeah, and I have high marks for Flo's, but I have to say today's was not their best performance. Atmosphere, I give it
10 out of 10.
I love the atmosphere at Flo's, and typically I love the food. The service is great, the waitresses are great. It's a cool experience to go to Flo's, but I had a couple eggs, sausage, and some French toast, and it just didn't blow me away today. I don't, And
yeah, I took a risk. I went with the loaded oats. Rich thought there may have been like a shot of whiskey in there. It's not true. They were just loaded with bananas, nuts.
I hadn't heard the term loaded oats before, so it was oatmeal with a lot of. It was good.
It didn't blow me away, but I wasn't expecting to be blown away. I was going for the sustenance.
Yeah, and the fruit looked really good.
Fruit was great. It was fresh. Presentation looked nice. They brought some brown sugar on the side. It was. I would get the same thing if I went back.
Yeah, and I would say if you're going to come to Southern California and you're not from around here, you got to go to Flo's. It's just kind of it's just a cool place. Been here forever, and Chino's a cool airport. There's a museum at Chino, the Planes of Fame Museum, that's worth checking out. And I am going to give Flo's more opportunities to have that ideal diner breakfast like I expect from them on a regular basis. So everybody hit, swing and a miss every once in a while. So
we understand. We all do it.
But Flo's is a cool place. You got to go.
A lot of credit in the bank for Flo's. So
exactly.
Look forward to going back.
All right. That's this review. We don't know where we're going next time, but we'll
leave a comment.
Leave us a comment.
See if you have any Southern California diners we need to check out.
Exactly where we want to go. Yeah. We got a number to hit, but let us know if there's a particular one you want to see.